Hi, it's the Rawesome Vegan Gal here, and today I am doing another review of some products I have in this goodie bag from Anne-Marie Gianni Skincare. And again, I want to thank Lisa for all her efforts to get me all the wonderful products, and of course to Kevin and Anne-Marie. So today I'm going to be reviewing the book that Kevin Gianni wrote, but before that, Lisa actually sent me a special little gift of their newest product that they just came out with in this cute little bag, and it is called their Wild Fruit Serum. And this is just a little sample that they sent out to me in a little bottle to try. And I want to tell you about the product first and then tell you about how I use it. So this is called the Wild Fruit Serum Brightening Facial Complex, and they call it the Ultimate Skin Elixir. It brightens, hydrates, and helps tone aging skin. It brightens the appearance of skin tone with a concentrated dose of fruits, herbs, and plant cell extracts. It's a dynamic blend of kakadu, plum, and apple that helps revive dull skin. I never heard of that plum, so it must be something really good. It has resveratrol-rich knotweed, plant cell extracts, and copper combined to help keep skin moist, plump, and supple for an overall even-toned, luminous glow. So the key ingredients here are extracts of kakadu, that's spelled with the K, plum, apple, and knotweed plant cells of Madonna lily and poet's narcissus. And it benefits are brightens, hydrates, and rejuvenates. It's suitable for all skin types. And they also say skin that needs a little extra love. That's sweet. So how do they say to do it is just to apply to clean skin, put a generous amount on your palm of your hand and dab it on your nose, chin, cheeks, forehead, and blend well. And best to use it before you use your facial moisturizer. So some of the other things that are in here: aloe vera juice, let's see what else, Gatu cola, that's an herb, calendula, sandalwood seed oil, camilla seed oil, pomegranate seed oil, grape seed oil, argan oil. So it has lots of yummy things for your skin. So I did go ahead and try it myself, and I also put it on before I put on my moisturizer, which I've been using the coconut face and body oil that I just did the review last week of, that Body Essentials kit. And I have to tell you, like I say, I'm very into smell and aromatherapeutic things. So when you breathe them in too, you get a lot of benefit. And I have to say, this smells like heaven. I don't know who formulates it, if it's Anne-Marie or the team, but it's like, wow. I love the smell. It's like, I could probably smell it all day, and just, I'm sure you're getting lots of benefits. And when you smell it, it's good to take a deep breath in. And that could be the time when you do your deep breathing exercises, especially because you can combine it with aromatherapeutic herbs that you're breathing in. And all her products are like that, so it's a wonderful addition to it. So yeah, I put it on my skin. It felt really soft and smooth. I've been using it only for maybe like a week or so. And there's quite a bit of amount here. I don't use tons of it. I just put it on. I take some on my finger and just put it on all over my face. And then after that, apply the coconut oil. So yeah, I really like it. And if you have a chance to try it out, or if they can send you a sample, and again, I should say I will have a link below this video to their site so you can check out all their products. So now I'm off to the main reason I'm doing this video, for the review of Kevin Gianni's book, which is called Kale and Coffee, a Renegade's Guide to Health, Happiness, and Longevity. He's the founder of RenegadeHealth.com, and this is the cover of the book. And what you see is a picture here of a whale. That's their kale whale. They went and traveled the country in this big RV, and they called it the Kale Whale. So it is I enjoyed reading the book. And the back here it says, so begins the saga of health blogger Kevin Gianni's wife Anne-Marie. As they traveled the world to learn as much as they can about health and nutrition. Along the way, they met unlikely people in unlikely places and find answers to questions: what and how much should we eat? So he was really doing a lot of research. And what it says here is, Gianni's lighthearted debunking of the hype and nonsense surrounding much of the health and nutrition world today should be encouraging to anyone who's ever tried a fad diet and failed. So Kale and Coffee is packed with research. Yes, I agree with that 100%. Delivered in Gianni's warm and humorous voice. Yes, I agree with that too. But the aim throughout is to empower you to create the diet and lifestyle best suited to you alone. Again, I agree with that as well. It offers tips for wellness, from testing your body and pantry for toxic metals to selecting the healthiest coffee, wines, and green drinks to consume. And they also do a Jumpstart program at the end, which gives you a 21-day program of how to incorporate this, which actually is very nice if you want to do that. He gives you a systematic way. So what I wanted to say for my review is that, first of all, I have to say, I know this about Kevin Gianni from watching and listening to him on his show, that he's an all or nothing type of attitude. Like, he goes for it completely. He wants to know full to what it is, what he can do with it. He's objective, truthful, real, no hype, no nonsense. He really gets to the heart of things. He does his research, not just by reading about it, but he actually goes to places. He's traveled to different countries and different locations, see how people live, see what they eat, their lifestyle. So that's something really good. And then I have some questions that maybe weren't answered in this book that maybe Kevin can answer. I don't know if he could let me know, and I can, inform the public. I know you mentioned that you had some issues with vegan, and I know you're not vegan anymore, but you're, I guess, eat mostly vegan. But you didn't mention in the book anything about Anne Marie's health, like how did she do on this lifestyle, being vegan, raw vegan, etc., in her blood tests. So that's something I'd love to know more about. It's just a thought, that I want to bring up in the review. Also, I know about issues with meat as far as global warming and the methane that's creates and causes a lot of harm to the ozone depletion and greenhouse gases. That wasn't mentioned at all. I know you do consume some now, but not on large quantities. The other question was about the blood tests with Dr. William, which are very great. If you get this book, he gives a list of the different blood tests that he recommends that are really important. But what I want to know is if he is doing something where he can show the results or what the numbers would be for people who are long-term or long-time vegans or raw vegans like myself. I've been vegan for 25 years. So the blood test results that they show for the general public, or the sad diet people, as you want to call them, or the conventional people that eat the food that they consume, it could be different than what for myself. So that's for the general populace. But, if you have people like Dr. Gabriel Cousins, Dr. Doug Graham, Dr. Brian Clement, Dr. Neil Barnard, Dr. Michael Clapper, Dr. Greger, Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, Dr. T. Colin Campbell, and all those who have been doing this for a long time, if they could collaborate with some kind of chart that would correspond to these kind of people like myself. Because I don't know if those results, equate. So, and what else did I want to say about the book? It has a lot of good insights, especially at the end about his grandfather, talking about the mental side of things that come into play to keep the mind sharp. I also talk about myself, and that's related to this, having an attitude of gratitude for everything in life, as it is to teach timely lessons and then can apply it to implement into life. And then adjust, refine, retain, renew accordingly. So that's important, but I like that at the end. So if you're going to read it, definitely don't skip over anything. I read it from cover to cover. I read it from the start. I didn't jump around. I read it sequentially, because the kind of one chapter kind of feeds into the next. If you read it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. He also takes specific issues like gluten, salt, coffee, alcoholic beverages, stress, and looks into solutions that likely will be helpful to others. And I really like that, because those are things that we are dealing with in society in this time, like things that have come up, certain issues that have been around that people have different ideas, yes, no, maybe so, salt, alcoholic beverages, etc. So it's like good that he kind of went into it more. He also gets to the bottom of controversies around them and seeks out the truth and then experiments on himself, which he did. And I'm an experimenter myself. I've done some long-term fasting. I've done water fast. I've done coconut water cleanse. I've done dry fasting. Again, I should just say this before I started, but I'm going to say it now, that I, myself, Kevin, Anne-Marie, anyone associated with this book or with Anne-Marie Skincare is not responsible if what I'm saying, you have any kind of negative effects or effects that cause you harm, not to do this on your own, to always go and seek out a health professional before you start anything, because we're the type of people, I experiment on my own. All the things that I'm telling you that I didn't go to any kind of facility work, as Kevin did. So I did everything on my own. Being a long-term vegan, I felt like I was okay. And of course, if I wasn't, I would have sought out help. But I just want to say that I don't recommend you do this on your own. You should definitely go to someone or go to a center like Kevin went to the True North Center, which is in Santa Rosa, California. But there's places all over the world. But definitely, don't play around with yourself. If it's a simple thing like, drinking smoothies, doing something that's a little more nourishing as opposed to what I did. And I post them on my blog, which I have a link also below this this video if you want to check out that as well, where I talk about my different fasts and cleanses that I've done. But again, definitely that's more important, that you seek out somebody to help you, because most people have some other kind of conditions that could cause them harm, and I don't want that to happen. So that's why I'm using my disclaimer to take us all out. None of us are responsible for that. So you need to do utmost for your health, but you also need to do it in the proper manner for your condition or your situation. You don't want to cause any problems to yourself. So overall, I have to say I love the book. Again, I don't agree with everything as far as the choices. I'm a long-term vegan, and I don't see myself ever changing that. But overall, I really liked it. I like a lot, like I said, of what he says, his insights, his research is very good, and just those few questions that I had for myself and for maybe the general public who might think the same as me. So I definitely recommend you get this book. And again, also the 21-day Jumpstart is also very good if you yourself need to kind of get things moving for yourself, for your own health. So I would definitely check it out and do what's best for your health. We all have to do it. We all have to work on ourselves, and that's most important. So I thank you for watching. It's the Rawesome Vegan Gal.